Hello, welcome back if you're a current subscriber, welcome if you're new. So I do have a candle burning. This is Sassy Girl Aroma Poolside Party. We're gonna see how it does. I know that it said the date was July 22nd to start using it, but I decided we're gonna give it a try. So speaking of which, let's start with some Sassy Girl Aroma. This one is Golden Celebration. This is from 2023. These are her mini loaves. I'm not going to keep that now that I'm going to chop it. So I didn't plan or ask anyone any questions, but I knew I was going to do this video. So I just decided I'll do a little bit of a life update. And yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. And, I just kind of go off the cuff when I do these because, whatever. I'm just not the best planner all the time. Look at how pretty this is. Like how pretty. Love it. Oh, this is good. Yum, yum, yum. A little sweet floral, maybe. What is it? Fresh citrus, peonies, green apple blossom, and Atlas cedarwood. Okay, that's fancy. Okay, then. So I do have two dogs in here. Now, I got an automatic dog thrower that we went outside and played with for over an hour. So I'm like, okay, so for the most part, they should be pretty tired. Winston's chewing on a bone over there, and Henry's laying on the cold hardwood floor because he's like, I'm hot. Ooh, this is all going to go back in here? I don't know. Okay, so life update. So I saw my endocrinologist after all my scans and confirmed my diagnosis. And they're not really sure. They think it's just one parathyroid gland that's causing all these problems, but they won't know until obviously they get in there to see, because one of the ultrasounds showed two, but I forget the name of the fancy scan they used where they put isotopes in and then whatever. That one showed just one. So he said he'll let the surgeon, they will just plan on the one and then see what happens when they're obviously in there. So he said the surgeon should call within a couple weeks to set up that appointment. If he hasn't called by next week, he said to let him know and he'll text him. Apparently they're that close. He said he's one of the best. Or he refers all of his patients to this provider. Because I work at a different facility, he was like, do I need to refer to your facility? And I said, no. Barbie Girl is bubblegum and cotton candy. I said, no, you don't need to refer at my facility because my husband's insurance is wherever, and I just would prefer to go to, if you're recommending somebody based on, obviously, if that's somebody they refer, they're at outside facilities, so it's not like there's any other, reason. And he does them every day, all the time. He's done a bunch. He said he trusts all of his patients with them. He said, you should start feeling better after surgery just because I haven't done my video, but I will, about my journey. And my calcium has actually been elevated since 2016. I put together a spreadsheet for him and he was like, I lost a piece. I'll get it later. I actually put a spreadsheet together for him of all my symptoms and when my calcium started to be elevated. And I told him it was pretty much after my son had passed away that I just started with all these symptoms. And they kind of kept blaming it on grief and loss and anxiety because, you're just going through this tremendous life change, right? Losing a child. And I'll take a moment to say that my heart literally for Texas, I have cried so many times. I can't imagine sending your baby to camp and never seeing them again. I truly have no words I can't even imagine their fear and their pain. And that's not something you expect, right? And I just feel truly hurt that now they're going to go through that pain as well. And they're going to understand it and know that pain. And it's literally hell on earth. So I don't wish it upon my worst enemy, to tell you the truth. Losing a child will definitely change you for sure. And so I did this Excel spreadsheet Next up, we have Oath, which is beach nights, and let's see, vanilla monster cookie. So yummy. So I had put this spreadsheet together, and I had sent it to him between my 2 appointments with the endocrinology doctor, because obviously he's a specialist that my doctor referred me to. And I said to him when my husband and I saw him on Tuesday, and I said, "Did you get my spreadsheet?" And he's like, "That's impressive. I'm going to import that into your note." And he goes, "So I thought your first calcium was elevated in 2017." He said, "It's been elevated since 2016." He's like, "Yeah, surgery." Because I had asked him, I knew he wasn't, I always try to push the envelope of things in my life. And especially when it comes to surgery, I don't want to do surgery. When I injured my back in 2010, I had a herniation, and I tried everything. I did the 2 injections. The second one didn't work. I did physical therapy. I did deep massage. But at the end, I could barely walk. I was having numbness in my pelvis, and I'm like, I know I can't keep doing this anymore. And so I finally had surgery, and the surgery went beautifully. And thank the Lord above, I've not had issues unless I'm really having, like, if I'm in my garden weeding and I really push myself. That's another reason why we did the raised beds, because I was having more back pain when it was in, like, the beds were in the ground, and weeding. So that is why my husband built those for me, and it has made a tremendous difference on my back. So I just try to not have surgery. So I said to the doctor, "Can I just not, like, could we just delay surgery? Because I haven't broken any bones." So the risk for high calcium is it ends up pulling the blood calcium from your bone, because it can't pull it from your parathyroid is sending signals to increase the calcium, but the body can't pull it. So it'll start pulling it from the bones. That's kind of my understanding on it. And so luckily my scan showed it's not pulling from my bones, and I haven't broken anything yet. And I told him, well, I fell off the ladder this fall painting. I fell pretty hard. I thought I broke my arm, to tell you the truth. It like hurt so stinking bad. And so he said, "No, we're not waiting anymore. If your calcium, I thought it was 2017, but if you've been dealing with this for 9 years and your symptoms," like, he looked at my Excel spreadsheet, and my symptoms have just continued to progress, and I just feel old. And, I told him, like, when I was spinning, which I haven't done my spin workout in probably 6 months, I just felt so defeated, because I would do it and I felt like I wasn't building stamina. And I thought, gosh, it feels like I've been doing this so long, but I'm not getting anywhere. Like, I don't understand that, because there's a lot of symptoms associated with this. And maybe I'll put it up here. So you have this huge array of symptoms, right? But the calcium is the first indicator. And he told us at our first appointment that anytime you see an elevated calcium, you find out why, because he learned in residency. So this is even before he became an endocrinologist. Your body is so finite with how it regulates your calcium that if it's elevated, there's a reason. And everything I've learned from this point on now has said, if it's high, you can break bones, you can have all the symptoms that I've been experiencing, muscle pain, joint pain. Like, I wake up, even if I don't have any gluten in my diet, and I feel like I'm 90 years old, like, my whole body hurts no matter what I eat, how healthy I eat. I just can't win. The perfect storm. Okay, I knew it was going to rain, and it is raining. That's the only reason I did this video during the day, because I love being outside. I got a nice aquatic scent. So I think I'm going to save a piece. So anyway, I gave him that spreadsheet, and yeah, he basically told me, no, we're not waiting. We're going to do surgery. And so I'm just waiting for them to call, hopefully by next Tuesday, Wednesday. And if not, I'll let him know. It's not urgent. So the problem though, okay, so for risk for letting your calcium go, or your parathyroid just continue to produce high calcium and high parathyroid levels, you do have some glands on your heart that are like our parathyroid glands. And as those increase, you can have heart issues. So a friend of mine actually wasn't feeling well, and they think it was going on for a long time. And she actually collapsed and almost died from the same diagnosis as mine. So I saw her again today and told her, I had already talked to her once or twice about it. And she was like, you just go in because you will feel better and you don't want to risk. I mean, she almost died. So it ended up attacking her heart, and it can attack your kidneys. So you can end up with kidney failure. So it's not, even though you guys, you don't think your parathyroids or anything, I bet you don't. I mean, tell me if you even know where your parathyroids are or what they are, because a lot of people don't think about them, but they're very important in regulating your calcium and your parathyroid levels, which again can make you feel like total garbage. So my lesson in this is, if you ever, I'm going to just tell you this, if you ever get a high calcium level in your blood work, please, please, even if you think it, if your doctor says, oh, it's random, okay, just say to them, nope, I want you to recheck it in a month. And if it's still elevated, I want you to draw my parathyroid level, because it's a simple line. If your calcium is high and then they check your parathyroid level, then you know what's going on, and then they can decide what to do based on that. Like, you can wait as long as you don't have other symptoms, but because I've had so many symptoms, I can't wait anymore. And like I said, it's been going on for 9 years. So I don't get an option at this point. But I just want you to know that I feel very much that my care was subpar because they blamed every little thing based on my notes. I did go back and read the medical chart. Everything was, she recently lost a child. She recently lost a child. Okay. So the last time I went to Mayo was in 2019. And during COVID, I just didn't go. For 3 years, I basically stayed away from doctors because I didn't want anything. I didn't want any part of that. I was doing just fine, eating clean and being healthy, and they didn't care about my calcium from 2016 to 2020. It was elevated. I had my calcium drawn, or my lab work drawn, twice, if not 3 times a year, based on symptoms, because I was feeling like total garbage. I had random heart palpitations that they couldn't describe. I had an abnormal EKG they couldn't explain. So just stupid stuff where you're like, how the hell do you not notice that or pay attention or care? I think care is the one thing. So needless to say, surgery in my long rambling, but I will do a video on just that because I want to share my journey so that anybody can watch it if they're, find my video. Come here, Winston. Oh, come here, honey. No, I'll put you in your chair. Okay, this is from Sassy Wax Melts. I believe she doesn't pour in the summer. This is a really good scent. It's fresh picked strawberries, lemon curd, cotton candy. It's so yummy. Yeah, her wax is like super soft, and I think that's why she doesn't generally ship, because like, look at this. It's literally like butter. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is super, super moist. So I pulled this out because this is the only one I have. Like, it's literally all over my fingers. So I think that's why she doesn't generally ship, but this is a really beautiful scent and I love it. And I have tried duplicating it. Nope, she does this one amazing. There's no duplicating this. I literally have tried 3 other things. Nope, she just does it that well. So I did order this before she had shut down. I got this actually, this is a year old. This is from April 2024. So it's going to be used. So yeah, so that is kind of the plan. And then I just imagine after I meet with the surgeon, obviously, I know how that works. I'm sure you do, they just look at their schedule and ask you about dates. I don't want to have my surgery in, here's Glitterati Resting Bee Face. It's raspberry sugar waffle cone cupcakes at Tiffany's. I don't want to have my surgery. The end of August is when I usually harvest. So I usually do, 80 quarts of spaghetti. So I really, 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 if he feels like I'm not going to be recovered by that point, then I am going to push it until September after the kids are in school. Because I really don't feel like, if he feels comfortable letting me wait, hell, I've been dealing with this for 9 years. If they can't wait a month, I mean, honestly, my levels are okay. So I feel like if he's okay with it, I'm just going to wait. This is pretty. So yeah, that's kind of my hope with that one. Some of these are double bagged and I'm just double bagging them before I show you me chopping them. Okay, I have the Pharmacist's Daughter Sunbathing, which is suntan lotion, cocoa butter, cashmere. Yeah, that's beautiful. I like the sunscreen with that cashmere. So there's that. My son moved out on Sunday. which I cried. I'm not going to lie. He's moving in with 6 other boys. He's taken a year off from the UW. I don't know why. He just wants to take a break, which whatever is his choice, right? So um, these are the kids he was in college with, and half of them he went to high school with. The other ones he went to college with. They're from marching band. So there's going to be 7 boys in the house. Um, you know, he didn't let us help him move. He didn't have a lot. He had some boxes. We had bought him a box spring and mattress because he had a queen in his, but the queen wouldn't fit in his room. He didn't want our help, which my husband and I were like, okay, that's not normal. And we were kind of hurt because honestly, I was more hurt than I think my husband, but I was just like, that's a milestone for your children. And you kind of are like, well, I want to help you. L3 berry waffle cone, sugared shortbread, birthday cake, pie crust. But he didn't want our help. So, I mean, I got all of his stuff. Like, I got him boxes for moving. But nope, he went on Sunday and did 2 loads and he moved out. And I saw him on Tuesday because he had to come for his medicine. He gets a shot every couple weeks. And so I did see him then and gave him a big hug. My husband and I were like, come back. Kind of sad. So, yeah, I miss him. Noah. So Elijah's going to be 20 in September. Noah just turned 18. So he's going to the technical college. He's the one whose party we just had a week ago. And so I'm happy, it's just been a lot going on. So anyway, but super sad that he wouldn't let us help him move. Like I bought him cups and dishes and we got him a bed and he didn't bring his dresser though. I got him sheets for his bed, like made sure he bought him food. He's like, I told you didn't have to buy me food. It's like, I'm not going to send you to a house without food. And you know what I mean? Okay, there's that one. So I did get him some groceries so he would, not just go there and have to stress about going shopping. I don't know how many cookies were in there. I think I made chocolate chip cookies and I don't know if there was like 10 cookies in there or whatnot. So I hid some cookies in there and I asked him like, did you find them? He's like, I did. Thank you. So yeah, I'm super sad about that, but you raise your kids, to be strong enough and want to leave the house, right? Like that's a good thing. Here's Slurp. I love this. Oh, so good. This is before Scoopable. Now is it macaron wax or something? This is a firmer, tougher formula. Like, yeah, it's like Sassy Girl Aromas. But I think she changed her formula. But I don't know that for sure because I haven't ordered in forever because I have enough wax right now. So yeah, so he moved out. Super sad about that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, your job as a parent is to raise them and give them like the strength and the courage to move out and not be afraid of the world, right? So I mean, obviously we did our job, but dang it, it's not easy. I don't like it. I miss my kids little. I swear none of my kids are going to have kids. Like they're all like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'm just like, is anybody going to have babies for my husband and I to spoil the heck out of? Not that I want them to have them soon by any means, because I want them to be married and, or whatever, be more stable in their lives, obviously. And they're young. Yeah, obviously. But like someday I would like a grandchild, for gosh sakes, to spoil to no avail. But yeah, so there's that. And the other kids are well. Lizzie and I just went shopping today. She has a birthday party tomorrow. So it's a sleepover, but my kids, none of my kids, I'm not even gonna say my daughters, but my kids are not allowed to sleep over. I'm sorry. I watch the news. I don't care who you think if some kid, when Lizzie does sleepovers, if those parents don't want the kids to stay overnight, I never ask questions. It's like, absolutely, you can come get them. I'll be up till, midnight with the kids. And then they know to kind of settle it in. And they're usually upstairs. So, if they want to stay up, they can stay up. I'm not like after, midnight, I'm going to unwind and go to bed. But I don't let my kids, and I won't get into all the details, but there was several situations in my childhood Remember, I grew up with addicts and addict friends. And so I will never, because of that situation, allow my daughters to stay with anybody. Never, or none of my kids. I'm sorry, I'm saying daughter because she's going tomorrow. So I did let the parents know, nope, I will pick her up at 11 o'clock and she can come home. Obviously, they're not going to disagree with that, or my daughter's not going. I'm the parent. They're not the parent, right? So it doesn't matter. I don't care what people say or want. It's my kid. Yeah, I'm going to do I Heart Wax. This is in honor of her daughter that passed away. Is it Everly Latrice, I think it is. If I'm butchering that, I am so sorry. Audra is the owner. She's like the sweetest person. So I'm going to cut this amazing cookie up that I don't really want to cut up, but look at how pretty this is, you guys. Like, hello. You could literally eat this, but this smells amazing. I love the lavender with the berry. Oh, it's so good. Or did I do this in a custom? I think this was a custom. This was her lavender scent. I added that, I think is what it was. She's actually going to do customs coming up. She had it ready to ship and I missed the items I wanted, which you guys, I don't need more wax. It's totally fine. So it's totally cool. Not worried about it. I like pre-orders anyway because the stress of darn ready to ships, I don't like it. I would prefer not to do that. Okay, there's that one. All right, so yeah, I think that's what I have for you in life. My daughter is going to get braces. I need to call today or tomorrow about that. All right, so okay, let's do another L3 fresh pick rhubarb white cake pie crust. I will talk a little bit about this because about vendors because I've seen a lot of, first of all, there's been a lot of people that are branching out from Scentsy or candle channels and I've seen a lot of questions in my channel and as well as just other people asking in groups because they're new to wax, like how do you order, what is a pre-order art versus a ready to ship RTS. So here's the thing. Pre-orders, they'll post a list depending on when it is. Like Sassy Girl Aroma does one every couple weeks. So don't stress if you miss a pre-order. She'll always have more. The turnaround time depends on what they say. Some vendors, Audra said in her customs with her pre-order list that's going to be shorter because she's doing customs at the same time. Her turnaround week is 9 weeks, okay? Sassy Girl is, I think she's a little bit longer right now, 6 weeks, but they're hoping to get back to 4 to 6 weeks. Don't quote me on exactly the numbers, but so the vendor will have in their group, they will say all the rules in a post. So you just got to be like, okay, just pick a vendor when you're first starting or a couple vendors. And literally when I first started, I did a calendar because I was like so obsessed, and I don't care if I miss one because it saves me money. I have a lot of wax, so it doesn't stress me out like it used to. So just pick like a couple vendors that you want to try and then go on their Facebook group and start there. Sorry, my husband was texting me. I sent him a message earlier and all of a sudden he's messaging me back. So pick someone that you want to try, and then just, I would say definitely go with a pre-order because you're going to be real ornery when you go in for ready to ship and everybody else knows how to do it. You literally have to know the scents. You have to know what you're doing, get in and out. Like I wouldn't have started, like RTSs are ready to ships are just more stressful. So if you're fine with not being stressed, go do a ready to ship. Sassy Girl Aroma does not do ready to ship. She only does pre-orders. Rose Girls does both. I Heart Wax does both. Who else did I cut up? I haven't been on some of the other vendors' page in a while. This is I Pick You. This is a grapefruit blend. It's not my favorite because it's not, like, I don't know if this one is, it is ruby red, but it's still more tart. But it is vanilla bean and cotton candy frosting. So it's good. It's just not a favorite. And look at how cute these are. This is one of her cupcakes. So just decide, like I said, pick, a vendor or two. And, if you want to do one a week or whatnot, but that doesn't always work again. If you don't have the mindset of you need to work around them, and then you need to order and be patient because They have a long turnaround time. That's the way it works because they're pouring this. It depends how many items they sell. Like Dessa's doing hers on July 19th. Now, she will do a pre-order, and I'm going to warn you that she will close within hours usually. She can only do what will keep her turnaround time within her allotted time frame. So I think hers is maybe 8 weeks. So once she hits that order capacity, she will shut her website down. And like I said, it's usually within hours because she will reach her capacity. Dessa is pouring by herself. And again, remember, it depends if they have a team or what it is. You know, Rose Girls has more people. Sassy Girl has more people. So remember that when you're ordering as well. This is Strawberry Speechless. It's fresh picked strawberry, satsuma, coastal kale, and raindrops. I love coastal kale. So if you're going to order, just know that you're ordering and then be patient with it. And again, if you use the Shop app, it'll tell you when your order ships. I use that for all of mine. So even if I forget, then I get an alert as soon as it ships. Also, you'll get an email, but I like the alert pop-up so that way I don't forget, like, oh, cool. I get emails from YouTube a lot, and sometimes I miss, emails. So that's why I like the Shop app. So I can track all my pre-orders. And, even like Super Tarts, my last order with her, her last pre-order took like a long time, and I just was like, okay, it's on the bottom of my list of orders, but as soon as it shipped, it went right to the top again. So with pre-orders, like I said, you get a list, order, and just be patient. It's not that you're not going to get it, it's just you're not used to it, because if you order from like Scentsy, you get your order, they ship it, they say within 10 days. Well, sometimes they get delayed, and they'll tell you it'll be a longer one if it's a sale. But I'm going to do Harper James, the North Pole. I like using this at bedtime, and I'm working on using all of my bedtime blends, and then I'll order more once I get rid of all of mine, because some of these are older. This is from 2023. So oh my gosh, you guys, this is the most creamy, dreamy. I don't even want to cut this, but I need to use it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So that's kind of what I do when I go on their Facebook group. Honestly, Facebook, that's what I use it for a lot. Like, I'll just go on there and see what's going on. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to cut all of this, you guys. This is like the Grinch. See, this is why I love when vendors do loaves like this, like chunk loaves. Oh my gosh, it's in the glitter. Oh Lord, this is so pretty. So, okay, I get easily distracted by glitter and pretty wax. That is so stunning. So Harper James just did one. I've been trying to be good, so I'm really not buying from a ton of people. So I'll cut up. I'm just going to cut it. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't want to, but I'm going to. So otherwise I won't use it if I don't chop it up. So, all right. So pre-orders versus ready to ship. Ready to ship depends on the vendor. So let's Carla's Kay's scented wax melts. Where's my drawer of Kay's? She has her clams, and then these are her custom cuts, and this is a custom blend I did, but this one is like ready. So Kay's she has stuff all the time on her website. Her model's much different. So you can literally go on at 2 a.m. and you can place an order. She's got these new sizes. When I first started ordering from her, they were in small little scent cups, but now she finally added these again last year, because people said, especially if you're new to vendor wax, you can order this pink sugar, and this is $1.45, I think. You can warm this in a smaller space. This does really well, even in my bathroom and my bedroom, and you can see if you like it. And then it also will help you with mixing wax. Like maybe you want to try pink sugar with, another scent, and you can smell them side by side and see if you would like that together. So Kay's is a really good one if you're starting out new, because you don't have to be stressed. You can go look through her thousands of scents. She has so many scents. Carla is super easy to work with. She's so helpful if you have any questions. Connie helps her with her business. So that one would be one I would recommend if you're going to try to just want to order and you want to not be, well, I don't want to wait for this pre-order. I don't want to wait for that. Kay's is a great one to order. have a bunch of Teddy Bees that we're going to chop up. Okay, this is scoopable. It's Cool Beans. It's another bedtime blend. This one I don't like because it's very strong in that peppermint. And again, her wax is really hard to cut. So I don't know if that's the basics or not, but like if you want to go and see how I will go through a pre-order list, I've done that with Teddy Bees. I've done it with Dessa or Sassy Girl Aroma before, sorry. But some Sassy Girl Aroma's lists aren't always consistent for me, and she'll do it right before she'll post it, sometimes the night before she does her pre-order. Well, her first time she opened, she had posted it soon in advance, so I was able to do a breakdown of what I was going to order, what scents I already had. But if Teddy Bees usually gives us a couple days, so I'll usually go through her list. And then Dessa's, I didn't have time this time to go through it. I've had too many doctor's appointments this last couple weeks. My channel has been neglected because life is going on. And so usually I will go through the list and kind of talk about ordering and things like that and the sizes they offer. So if you're new, I just would, if you watch my channel and several other people's and you're getting into vendor wax, and just go watch ours and then see who we order from and then just pick a couple of them. And here's my other rule. And honestly, I don't care what you do because you're all adults and you can make your own decisions. Anytime I try a new vendor, I've just learned in the last how many years that I don't go crazy. Even if it's a ready to ship and you're like, you get the Teddy Bees hype and you're freaking out, just don't. Because Teddy Bees is one that some people struggle with performance. And if you buy that, let's say you buy hundreds of dollars and then you put those in your warmer and you're getting light to medium throw, you're going to be mad. So I'm just telling you, make sure if you're trying even the most popular vendor that you're going to try out. I usually don't order more than $30 when I'm trying a new vendor, because if I warm it and it doesn't perform in my space, well, then what does the hype matter? The hype doesn't matter if it doesn't perform for you. So I just try not to let that get into me. And again, I've been buying a long time. So things like that, I try not to let them skew my rational side of my brain. We've all been there. Don't worry. And again, you do what you want. You're a grown adult. You can buy whatever you want. I have quite a big D-stash I have ready to do with Teddy Bees, because I'm just not going to play the game. If it's not performing, I'm getting rid of so much because I just can't anymore. With Sassy Girl being back open, especially with me being such a big bakery fan, I need a scent to be like, okay, so this one I will talk about. So let's just talk about this. I can't warm this in my open concept because this Milk and Cookies is not strong enough. Beach Nights, I can do this in my open concept, but it will be a light medium, like at best, okay? But this one from her is a medium. I wish it was stronger. It's not, okay? Again, this is a medium. I've never warmed this in my open concept that I can remember. This one, I couldn't smell at all last year, so then I'm going to try it again this year. This one is a medium in my open concept. Let's see, this one I do in my bedroom, so it's okay. This one is strong. I do this in my bedroom bathroom, and this one I do in my bedroom, and it is a strong performer. So that's the thing, but I want bakery ones to be strong. And a lot of these that I do from Teddy Bees are not giving me that. And again, people will say, oh, let it cure. Well, for how many years? Now, this one is from 2023. This one I tried last year. It's 2024. So I'm going to try it and see what it does this year. But I also who has time for that? Life is short. I am having the surgery coming up. It just never know what's going to happen in life. I don't want wax sitting here. God forbid something happened. So I'm just went through my Teddy Bees and I'm getting rid of whatever isn't at least a medium for me. And I'm just going to be more mindful because I just am sick of it. I want a wax to, like Sassy Girl, put in my warmers, and and just, vendor wax, even if I get 6 hours and it's strong, I'm happy with that. Right now in my studio, I'm on day 4. No kidding. I have Black Hood from Sassy Girl Aroma. It was an old loaf because, you know, before the fire. And it is, I can still smell it sitting here, even though, like, because I can't really smell this much yet, the candle. But I can smell that Black Hood is the second I walked in my studio, and I can smell it sitting here. So I just need my wax to be like that. I just need it to, when I walk in or I'm sitting there, I can just take a sniff and I'm like, oh yeah, I know what's in my room. This scent, I don't know. I just don't think my open concept is going to be able to take this. And I am going to do, some people say less wax, some people say more. I traditionally will use at least this in a warmer because, so I would say probably Scentsy 1.5 cubes, because otherwise I can't get it to perform. I've tried less. Again, everybody will say something. If it doesn't, honestly, you just have to determine what you want to order and what you're comfortable accepting from a scent. Sometimes the scent is so spectacular, I don't care how it does as long as I can smell it. But those scents, that's why I will just order a souffle in it versus a loaf, because this I'll do my open concept. This is more of my bedroom. So I'm just sharing some tips and thoughts because it's my channel. I'm going to share my experience. People ask me questions over and over in my videos, and I'm hoping that this helps. If you watch this and maybe you've left a question in the last couple months, I've had a lot of questions, and I'm sorry that sometimes I get delayed in responding to those. That isn't my intent. I appreciate every comment that someone leaves. Sometimes I don't have time to comment, but I do heart your comment, and it means a lot to me. I do read every one unless I miss it for some reason, which I try not to do, because I want you to know how much I appreciate you taking the time to watch me sit here and ramble and talk about wax. But this scent is so good to me. Oh my gosh, I just am obsessed with this scent. It's such a great scent. I like this more in the fall. But you know, it's July 10th. I mean, we're getting there, aren't we? Sadly, it's going to blink and it's going to be there. And I just want to have enough chopped that if I want to pull something from my bins, I can be like, okay, I'm going to try this. So yeah, with Teddy Bees, sadly, I mean, there are blends, like I said, that I can get and warm in my bedroom, bathroom, but not every scent. I wouldn't want a bakery in my bathroom or bedroom. Beach Nights is one that I love in my bedroom, bathroom. And that's not bakery, like it's got the s'mores and whatnot, but that one I love in my bedroom, bathroom. But as far as like bakery, I want it in my open concept. I don't want to warm it in, yeah, I don't want to warm it anywhere else. I'm going to try this. I have a tub in this too. If this doesn't perform, now I always, in my open concept, I will do half of this, which isn't much, okay, because I'm going to show you how I cut this. But if I use another vendor or I use Scentsy and I was to put 6 cubes in, okay, this should perform. If it doesn't, then I will add more from that piece, then I'll go over that. But I usually try to do 4 to 6 warmers. And if a wax doesn't perform in that space, then they're done. I will not put them back in that space ever, because what the heck? It's not going to change, especially when I take out a vendor and then I put in a different vendor and it's a 10 out of 10. So I'm hopeful, but this isn't very strong right now. And again, I don't want to hear this. We'll let it cure for 3 years. No, I'm not going to do that. Island Bakery, if you want to do that, you do that. But I'm not going to do it. This is pretty, but this is a scent for my bedroom, bathroom. So I've been in my last pre-order. I think I ordered a couple loaves in that Halloween and Holiday and Halloween Town, because that is my favorite fall scent ever, ever, ever. So that one I did order loaves in, but the rest I only ordered a couple tubs, and the rest were souffles, because I'm like, you know what? Tiffany from Teddy Bees does amazing conceptual scents and she blends so well, but when you have like Lavender and Speckles, that's such a strong performer, and I Heart Wax and the Candle Nurse I've been trying more of. When you have all these other vendors that are doing more complex blends, I love this. This is like Peeps and Beach Nights. It's phenomenal. And yes, because there's a lot of vanilla in this, the wax is turning green, and this is from 2024, but it's perfectly fine. This performs like a beast in my bedroom, bathroom. I love this. I brought this to work. I actually brought this to one of my Texas trips with my friend. So it has a great memory. This is just phenomenal scent. Absolutely phenomenal. So again, she's got these kind of scents and they're just out of this world. But I just can't keep doing that if it's for my open concept. When those other vendors I mentioned, I can get a 10 out of 10 no matter where I put them. And again, this is Miami Vice. I absolutely love this. This is pineapple, coconut leaves, and strawberry daiquiri. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm sorry. Please don't take it that way. But this is just what works in my space. And I can't keep, I'm not going to put a whole loaf in my open concept. If a scent doesn't work, then I'm not going to be buying it again. I don't care how much. Like, I'll buy a new souffle and I'm willing to do it in my bedroom, but then I will never buy it in a loaf again. Or I'll just, it just saves me money, right? Because I have to be pickier about what I'm doing because I have a ton of wax. The Hamptons, oh my gosh, love this. Watermelon lemonade type salty Sierra crisp linen. It's like the best. I don't like laundry. I think this is like a fruity laundry and it's one of my favorites. That's why I ordered it in a loaf because I will do this in my open concept. And this one does well because it's got linen, watermelon. It again, stronger notes, but I just struggle more with Teddy B's bakeries. That's why I try to get more of her other conceptual scents because I know that the bakery is really not one that I get the best. I mean, unless, people, I don't know if she's changed her formula since I've been buying in 2021, but there was a time I didn't purchase much from Teddy B's because I just didn't get the performance, but I feel like they're one of the vendors that people hype up and you feel like you need to order. Again, I'm just going to tell you, order a reasonable amount from a vendor and try it because a lot of people will say certain vendors don't work in their house and vice versa. So I don't know, maybe you're watching this video like I already know all this. Well, then just don't watch it. If I'm boring you, you don't. I just want to make sure I'm meeting everybody where they're at. So this is Milk Cookies and Beach Treats. Again, this one is just not very strong. I think I have one of these in my D-stash bins and I won't purchase this scent unless it proves me wrong this next time. But last time I just didn't get a lot of anything out of my bedroom or my open concept. And I don't want to do milk and cookies in my bedroom. I'm sorry. Not sorry. It's my life. I'm not sorry. Stop saying that. I can do what I want. I'm a grown adult. So let's go off the topic. If you have any questions about ordering from vendors or performance, I'm going to go over again. I will tell you that I do use Scentsy hot plates. So like the diamond, maybe I'll put a picture here of my favorite ones that are element warmers that do amazing for me that are in stock. Otherwise I do 25 watt mainly if I can. I do have a few 20 watts because they're pretty, not because they do the best. People will say, well, Scentsy is for Scentsy wax. Well, okay, first of all, Scentsy wax has changed since 2021, I think. Oh, crud. So I don't care what they say. It's not the same wax. So what are they basing that on? Because they used to say that because it was for their wax. Well, did they change the warmers then? Because they changed their formula and didn't tell anybody. So I don't want to hear that. Like, you can only use Scentsy warmers for Scentsy. BS. The other part of that is use enough warmers for the space you have. Now I've done warmer tours. I don't always leave them up after I do them. After a few months, I will take them down because that is my family's home. And I just don't want to leave them up forever and ever and ever and ever. And so if you want to see one of my warmer tours of like Christmas and my setup of my open concept is huge. I will send you, if you message me on Instagram, I will send you the unlisted link and you can watch it. Summer Circus cookies. But I've been really busy. This is not very strong at all. Like at all. Damn it. When is this from? April of 2024. And I love this scent. It's strawberry pound cake with frosted lemon circus cookies. This should be like, damn, that's not very strong at all. See that I need to recreate this with another vendor and see if I can get some like a 10 out of 10 on this one because this worries me. This is not going to be strong. Oh my gosh. So my warmer. So I do use Scentsy. Right now I do not have any other warmers in my house that are on besides my candle crock and my candle lantern, and I put candles in those, or I use the candle crock in here right now. Other than that, it's all Scentsy. So that is what I use. So I am a consultant. I will leave my link, and I do appreciate someone ordered today and I was like, awesome. I love you all. You're so good to me. But I will tell you that I don't care, I'm going to be honest with you, but I wouldn't use the warmers if I felt like, obviously if they didn't work. But I will either list in the description or I'll post photos of the ones that work the best for me. But everybody's home is different. Okay, I'm trying to get some of these so I can use them because they're so good. Okay, let's go back to I Heart Wax. This was a custom I think I did. Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds and Coral Waves. Actually, I'm going to gift this to a friend because I think they would enjoy it better than me. So actually it's going to go in my gift pile. But Firecracker Pop. This is the Bath and Body Works type. I'm going to cut. Do you want to get down or no? I'm not leaving, buddy. Okay. So I'm going to cut this one up. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. So what else? I don't know. So I don't share anything with you that I wouldn't want you to use, or as far as the warmers, if because you're watching my channel and you're going to come back and tell me if you buy a warmer from me and you're like, that worked for me or it didn't. I don't want to lead you down a wrong path. Although I might have feelings about Scentsy, I would never say something to someone and just for a sale. That's not how I am, because that's just not how my channel rolls. I do this because I want to, and I want to help you. Just like I love your comments because they help me. This is Sweet Dreams. It's lavender. It's just her lavender marshmallows. Oh my, you guys, look at how stinking cute this is. Who doesn't want this cupcake or this cookie? I want to eat this. I would love to eat that. Her lavender is gorgeous, and I'm not a lavender fan. So Audra does an amazing job. She is so good. She's going to do a custom pre-order on August sometime. If you haven't tried her, again, that would be the time to try it, because her RTS last night, I missed everything because it sold out, and it was definitely Hunger Games. Good for her. That's awesome for her business. But just so you know that more people are buying from her, so sometimes you might miss it if it's ready to ship. Oh, I do have a bag from her. This is Vanilla Clown. It's Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Vanilla Smoothie, Circus Concession, Vanilla Ice Cream. Winston is right here. Let me see him. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't hold you though, baby. Okay, there you go. I think these are bigger pieces I wanted to cut up. Yes, I do. Some of these, because these are big chunks. But again, she does chunks. Like, look at this neon. I just love it when she does my customs. I swear she must be like, oh, there's Charity's order. I'm going to do all neon. No, she doesn't. But I love it that she does do these bright colors, because I love neon or red like that. From Harper James, she used to do customs when I first started ordering from her how many years ago. I don't know if she does anymore, but I just love her. She's got Harper James has great Christmas and fall scents too. But Audra from I Heart Wax here, I just love her. So if you're going to do a pre-order, I don't know when, I know when hers is. Check her website though, or her Facebook group, as well as Harper James. But there's so many more vendors, and I know I'm not going to do them justice, because, you're probably watching this yelling like, you're not talking about this vendor or this vendor, but, here is Dessa's. Or I'm sorry, this is Britta's. I was looking at something else down here. I don't have any Dessa's to chop up this time. So maybe that's why you're not seeing that vendor, or maybe it's because certain vendors, I have certain scents I like more, but Britta's does amazing. I love her wax too. So Britta's has the best patchouli scent ever. It's called the Exorcist. And I actually have a souffle. I actually need more, but I haven't been paying attention to groups, so I don't know if she's had it. She does have like this huge loaf, or like, is it a head still? I can't remember. She does these cool shapes, but it's like $50. I'm like, I don't need that much of The Exorcist, because it takes me a long time to go through it because I use it only in my bedroom, and it's gorgeous. If you like patchouli, man, it's amazing. This one is Strawberry Pound Cake Fruity Pebbles Twinkies. This smells good. But Britta's wax performs well for me. And she does so much fun with Halloween and the scent names and all that kind of stuff. So she's a great vendor as well. I mean, just because you don't always see them on my channel. But if you see me warm it, those are the vendors I'm buying from because I like how they perform, you know, in my home. Just trying to see which loaf I want to cut here. Okay, let's do that one. And I need, what's this one? Oh, I don't want to cut this one. Dang it, no. Okay, what's this one? Yeah, I'll do that one too. Okay, so I don't know if Sugar Melts by Stacy is open anymore, but she had my favorite peach ice cream. So this is strawberry peach ice cream. I'm gonna cut it. You guys, this is from 2021. I have to use this. Like, I just can't. I'm sad, and it smells great, but and she uses mica, which is fine. But I don't love mica anymore because it really does get onto my warmers. So I really prefer I just prefer vendors not use it, but creates beautiful wax pools, but it's just so hard to clean your warmers then. So yeah, I talked about warmers, talked about how to order stuff. Like I said, there's so many great vendors out there, you guys. It's not that I don't, like, people say, oh, I don't see you haul this or that. It's like, first of all, if I have a lot, or if I miss they're ready to ship, or, you know, I am trying to do a lower buy right now, and I've been buying a lot of candles because I'm going to be honest, Goose Creek, I love their labels and their scents, and I've really been enjoying candles lately. You know, we all go through phases. Oh, this smells amazing. Wow. Yeah, but I can tell it's definitely not as strong. So I am going to use this up. I'm going to cut up my other one too, because I don't know I don't think she's open. Honestly, I think they did one pre-order and then I haven't seen anything since then. And I wasn't just, I didn't love all the scents that she had. So, I didn't end up ordering this strawberry lemon ice. I love this scent as well. So I haven't seen, it was her son and daughter-in-law, I can't remember, that had opened it again. And so I wanted to make sure that pre-order ran smoothly before I ordered, and they did one pre-order and then I haven't seen anything since. So I'm just like, no, I'm not going to order then, because why did that happen? So, you know, sometimes you lose vendors and that's the way it goes. And or, you know, there's some vendors I've had issues with and I don't purchase from. As consumers, that's our right to buy from, you know, small business owners as we see fit. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially if some people are way more kind than other people are. Or, you know, I've had issues with vendors, you know, not sticking to their turnaround time, and it's like 2 months after their turnaround time, and it's like, no, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to do that. So there's good and bad in every, you know, small business. And so some of those you will not see on my channel because I just don't, again, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. If you're going to be kind or try to, you know, lie, my big thing is lying. Like, as a vendor, I know I heard the one vendor has been doing better about her pre-orders, which I'm happy about, but I was lied to too many times. So it's just not a vendor I'm going to purchase from because I'm not playing that game. That's my money. No, there's way too many good vendors out there. Raspberry Jam, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Wrapped in Vanilla. This was a custom I did with Swanky. Now they are just moving, I believe, I don't know how far. And she did all of my customs in neons. She probably doesn't know that Janine is the owner. And she does probably not know I love neon, but I do. I do. And so I had done customs right before she had closed for a little bit. She will be reopening after they move, obviously. But I was going through my Swanky drawer and I'm like, I don't want to use it. And I'm like, no, pick one. You have to use her wax, even if she's taking a break. Like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And her wax is like really good. It's not super soft and it's not super firm. So I do like her wax. It's kind of like Dessa's formula, I feel like. So yeah, I don't have any Dessas to chop up though, because I did a bunch last time in my last video, and then I have her breakaway bars. I have just found that I like those because they're just easy. You just break off a piece and they're good price, and I can throw them in my warmers. I can use half of her breakaway bars in my open concept and her wax will perform. So that's what I'm saying. I'm ordering from Dessa's next pre-order. I believe hers is on July 19th. And I am definitely ordering from her. She does amazing fall and Christmas as well. Like Dessa is one that don't play. She is got beautiful blends for the fall and Christmas. Okay, this is again Scoopable. It's Blackberry Slurp. This is from 2023. Oh, it's good. I don't love blackberry a lot, but I'll do this upstairs. I would gift some of these, but I don't want to gift people wax that's too old and then have them feel like I'm trying to just get rid of my wax. So sometimes I don't like gifting some of the older stuff because I don't want people to feel like, yeah, I just don't want them to think that's what I'm doing. Maybe they wouldn't. I would never think that. I don't care if wax is a couple years old because I don't like some of my Sassy Girls is 3 or what. I finished my stuff that was almost 3 years old. I think the most I have is 2. Yeah, I there was a few I think that I grabbed and pulled that were from 2022 from some vendors. A lot of my scoops that I was pulling were 2022, so I was like, yeah, you're gonna finish your L3 scoops that are older. So I've been watching the dates as well because I try to not have more than any that are 2 years old. And I know that Super Tarts, I have older wax, but her wax, man, her wax stands up. Her wax is like a 10 out of 10 beast. She actually has a pre-order going on till tomorrow, I think. And I'm actually going to order from her because her wax is harder to get. And yeah, she's a vendor. Her turnaround time is longer. So Super Tarts is one. If you cannot be patient, don't order from her. She makes it very clear that her turnaround time is what it is. She'll get it to you when she's done with it. And I think that's perfectly fine. If you don't like it, there's a lot of vendors you can order from. So Super Tarts is one that just order it and you'll get it. Like, I don't ever worry about Brandy. So no, I don't. But she has a life and she has kids and you know, she does, I think for her, this is something she does because she enjoys it. She doesn't do it because like other vendors, like no. So, but Super Tarts wax, man, it will perform. You will smell it outside. That's how hers is. Like Super Tarts is killer. It's like Sassy Girl. This was gifted to me. Noir, she sent me the from Rose Girls. It was the Carbs with Ghoul Friends and Circus Concession. She had sent me some of that, and in that package she had sent me other goodies. So I am so appreciative, and so I was like, okay, I need to chop this up. I don't know what this one is because it doesn't have a sticker on it. She sent this one and I don't see a sticker. I don't know what this is. And that smells good. I bet it's Glitterati because it looks like, yeah, I bet it is. Okay. So she was kind enough to send me the Red Wedding, which, you know, again, that is an amazing scent from Teddy Bees that I'm obsessed with. So unique. It is just so awesome. It's toasted vanilla, strawberry cream, rose macaroon, woodsy musk, dark berries, and white woods. I just think and love this scent so much. So wow, it's just stunning, stunning, stunning. Oh my gosh, so good. And I think she had this in the she had this in the last pre-order because one of the pre-orders she couldn't get the oil, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get this again because if oils go out and they can't duplicate it, man, that would suck. So nope, she did get this back. So I'm super excited about that, but I love that, and that is perfect for a fall morning. Okay, and then she sent me some melted mousse, and look at how sweet she is, you guys. I had one tiny piece left, and here's my evenings with Andrew. This is my first custom I did with anyone to create a scent in honor of my son. And Jackie from the Melted Moose is not pouring right now. She's going through some health issues. So Jackie, you're in my prayers. So she isn't pouring. She's the first vendor I shared on my YouTube channel, and obviously worked with her on creating the scent. It was just, and she let me name it and everything. So this is a favorite of mine, and thank you for parting with that for me. I just appreciate that. This one is, oh, I love this. Cake Me Honey. It's yellow birthday cake, honeydew, and marshmallow fluff. I love honeydew scents, cantaloupe, anything like melon. Oh, that's yummy. I love it. I love that she gave me some of the Melted Moose. Like, how sweet are people? Oh my gosh, I love it. And yes, people do reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, and they do ask me to send things. I will send them my information because I'm fine with it. You could, if you're one of my Scentsy customers, I feel a little bit more comfortable sharing my information because I know your information, right? But it just helps me to know like who it is. And this is Into the Woods, Iced Vanilla Woods, Roasted Pine Cones, and Balsam. I love tree scents. So she had just, oh, that is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She had reached out to me and asked me about, we were talking about that one scent, and then she sent this stuff too. I'm just like, she's so nice. Oh my gosh, this color. Why do vendors not do this color? Look at this green, man. This is beautiful green. Wow. I don't know that I have any other color like this in my collection. Oh, come on. This is stunning color. Wow. Love the color in that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Love it. I was actually on Jackie's customs when she told us about having to go through some more surgeries. And she said she would do the orders, but I just felt so bad. She had so much going on. I wasn't going to be like, oh yeah, wait, make my wax, like would I have selfishly, you'd love to, right? But I just, no way. I don't want to add any more. I didn't want to add any burden onto her plate, Glitterati pink pound cake, pink sugar and cake. Oh, I love that. That is yummy. Oh my gosh, yum. So yeah, I don't know about y'all, but I'm enjoying summer. My garden's doing well. I hope my tomatoes make it. Man, tomatoes are like my Achilles. I just try my hardest, and they are just really hard to control. So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Okay, we're going to get through this. We are. Okay, I'm going to do this one, a few more, and then we're all done. I'm going to do one I have one from Noel's Farm Sense. Now, I know this is fall, but I just want to get it ready in case I feel like a cool evening. I want to do a pumpkin scent. I know this is this smells really good. I know this is a very popular scent. It's pumpkin pie pound cake, vanilla pound cake, pumpkin souffle, pumpkin pie. It's not spice. I don't like spice heavy scents. Most of his wax that I get from Travis, he's the owner. I usually get like something I can break apart or his chunk pieces. This was the first loaf I got. And you guys, like I said, I just don't need loaves anymore. So now I did order from his last pre-order. The one he did in honor of Amanda, he had quite a few blends I wanted. And I think he's the only one I ordered for the in honor of Amanda from Salt Mountain Melts, because I missed Lavender and Speckles because I don't remember what I had going on, if it was the graduation party or I getting ready for his grad party, my son's, I think it was, and I just totally spaced it. And by the time I went and looked, it was already sold out. And so I was just like, gosh darn it. So, sometimes you just don't get in. It is what it is, right? So I just didn't want to ask for, like, oh, can I get this? No, I missed the window. So I did order from his that he did. So like I said, I try to order now. I did order a tub, I think, from him because it was a scent that I've heard really good things about. And then the other ones I ordered, I think, in his breakaway, or his brittles, basically. because I just don't want to cut up these darn loaves. It's just a pain in the butt. I really do like Sassy Girl Aromas Brittles. They are the best way to warm wax. I absolutely love it. This bag is not, I'll have to double bag this, but there's that one. So I wanted to just cut up some of these because I just need to get away from this. Like I said, I love Dessa's because of her breakaway bars. So if you really are new into Vendor, she's got that pre-order coming up. I would certainly try her stuff out. This is the Pharmacist's Daughter Peach Coconut Crack. You guys, I've been doing that Goose Creek Peach Boardwalk, I think it's called. Oh my gosh, it's like peach cobbler pushed in a waffle cone. It's phenomenal. It is a 10 in my open concept. Man, it's so stinking good. I'm halfway through my first candle and I ordered 2 more. That's how much I love it. I did do the apple boardwalk last night and I could barely smell that one. So I'm going to try that again now with it raining and I'm not going to go to the garden. So I'm going to try that again. I'm kind of disappointed in that one considering the darn other one was so strong. So I'm super sad. I Heart Wax Melonade. Oh my gosh. Her margarita. This is fresh watermelon, sugary lemonade, sweet honeydew. Oh, this one doesn't have the margarita. She's got an amazing margarita scent too, you guys. Her scents are so strong. Oh my gosh. Like seriously, her wax is a beast of a performer. I mean, you don't need to order from I Heart Wax because I don't want to share, but I mean, I did miss items obviously in her ready to ship because all of you have bought stuff, which is great for her. I'm just teasing you. I love Audra, but that's why I like doing pre-orders, as I said, because damn it, you can't, sometimes everybody's got fast fingers and I miss out. This is really pretty though. Oh my gosh, yum, yum, yum. Add some beach nights with this. This would be great. Okay, we're almost done. I have 2 loaves left. And then we're done. Then I've got all the items I need for right now cut up. And that way I can just, so some of this wax will stay upstairs. Then some of it goes in my husband's area, like for the laundry room and his bathroom. And then the rest goes downstairs for me to use in, like I have different bins they go into. So yeah. This one is a custom I did when oh no, this is, well, Ashley Overly, this was like her scent and I called it Crazy Picnics. It's strawberry pretzel cheesecake, birthday cake, whipped cream. Like I said, oh, this is so good. When we thought they were closing, I ordered all these loaves. And like I told you, I just can't get through this wax in a reasonable amount of time. So I don't like ordering loaves anymore. And I feel bad that I can't order from L3, but I refuse until I get these loaves to a much reasonable level because, you know, I stocked up for like 2 years. So I'm not going, I mean, sucks for the new owners, but I'm not ordering until I get through at least, you know, half of that. Now I have placed one order in the interim because Diane had worked with her on a peony and grass scent. And I did order that with some Beach Night hair oil, which I really like her hair oil. And I actually like her cuticle oil that I like when they scent it as well. So I have one of those pens, I think it is. So I do love her wax as well. If you want the one of the most reasonable vendors to buy from now, I know she increased her prices. Hopefully that won't make me a liar that her wax is the cheapest, but it's one of the cheaper wax companies, which is why I think L3 does so well because they're I love that they're basic. They don't have any frills, but they have a little color, which I love color in my wax. I just don't like the rest of it. I like seeing pretty colored wax. I really do. But I also don't mind if a wax is clear. Like, I don't care either way. And then lastly, this was the one I did a custom. It's Painting the Roses Red. Because Alice in Wonderland, I love some of the classic Disneys, not the newer Disney ones always, but the classics. This is Fresh Roses, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, Vanilla Smoothie. Oh, this is so pretty. So pretty. Yeah, so that's a lot I've said. If you have any questions or want to talk about anything else, please leave it in the comments. I hope you guys are all enjoying your summer so far. You know, there's a lot going on in the world. And, you know, I was talking to a friend and just saying, you know, she said in a video that, that sometimes we will buy wax when we're struggling, going through things, and it could be worse. And I agree with her because, I mean, when I'm stressed, sometimes I do place an order, at midnight if I'm really having a hard time, and I'll order a small order from a company that I want to support, or order some candles because you just are in that mood. And I grew up in a rough house and I don't do anything else. I don't really, rarely do I drink, and don't do anything else. Don't smoke, don't do drugs. Like, if I want to spend my hard-earned money on wax, I'm going to do it, and I don't give two craps because I can do what I want. Today I went to the mall with my daughter. She had to get a birthday gift for her friend. So we went to Yankee. I actually had to exchange. Well, actually, I returned 3 candles that I could not smell after 2 to 3 burns. So return those. I was so crabby. Like, this is ridiculous. And, just so it is true. Like, I went in there and, the owner or the manager's been telling me, we're going to get rid of all these scents and, you won't be able to get the old paraffin. Well, I went in and there's nothing. Normally when I walk in the back, they will have the clearance section, right? Like, I think you should always have a nice fun section in your store. So nope, everything is the new labels, everything is all soy, all of the paraffin. He didn't think, when I had talked to him a couple weeks ago, he thought that they were going to leave some stuff there for like the sale bin, right? Because sometimes people, A, they want the old paraffin, and B, they want some of, maybe they're just like walking in and they're, like, if you told somebody who doesn't pay attention to that and all of a sudden they walk into Yankee and they don't see any of the traditional, colors or labels, and now you change from paraffin to soy, they might just, maybe that they won't be so enthused about that. It would have been nice if they would have left some of the old stuff until it was completely sold out. But apparently in Wisconsin, they shipped it to Oshkosh and then some Prairie du Chien or something he said over by Milwaukee, almost to basically Illinois. And I'm like, well, I am not driving for that. No way. And you guys, if you saw my hauls the last couple months, I knew that they were going to get rid of all those. I was hopeful that they would still have some in the store. So like today I could have exchanged my not performing new soy ones. I returned the tomato, I returned the herb green one, and then the Capri Glow or Capri something. Couldn't smell any of those. My husband, I mean, I made him smell the herb one and the tomato in his bathroom. And I'm like, I can't smell these. Can you smell them? And he's like, no. So I returned them because I'm like, I'm not keeping wax that's unscented. This is ridiculous. Or candles. I'm not doing it. So I did exchange it for a new vanilla cupcake in the soy. I'm going to try it. And if it doesn't perform, I'm done with Yankee. If you're going to get rid of stuff and he's like, well, they added extra oils. Well, I understand that, but if it doesn't perform like your paraffin, I'm done with Yankee. I am so sick of this. I get it that not everybody wants paraffin in their wax. There's a lot of stuff in our world that we should be more concerned about. I wish that our government cared about the food that we, the dyes and the chemicals that are in our food more than the paraffin that we're getting from our candles. Like, I care more about what's going in my body, honestly. So I wish they would stop doing, I don't know, that's just me preaching about it, but it pisses me off. I don't always Soy can be a beast with how much oils you have to use in it. So I don't even mind a soy paraffin blend because those tend to perform. So I don't know. That's me just preaching about it. And you know what? You do what you want. You put in your body what you want. You put what you want in your home. It's your goddamn choice. It's how we want to spend our money, how we want to eat. It's all of our free will. Life is too short to worry about everything, but it would be nice to have choices. The only thing I would like to bitch about is take the chemicals out of our food. Stop spraying everything with Roundup that causes known cancer. Like, let's just not kill people. How about we try to actually work on curing cancer? That would be my one request in this world. Like, man, cancer sucks. Watching 2 siblings go through it sucks. All right, I'm done. I don't want to cry. Okay. Okay. Oops. This candle is going to have to. Now, first of all, let me just say, this had a date on my box of July 22nd. Today is July 10th. Now, I wasn't going to burn this, but Julie asked if anybody had in the group. And a few of us said no, we were waiting until the date it was due. So I'm going to have to let this sit because you can see at an hour, it's not pulling well or pooling well, and it's the wicks are pretty small. And I didn't trim these for the first one. My face has been in a lot of wax, so I'm going to leave this in here for a while now because it's raining. I'm going to clean up, and so I'll let this go for the 4 hours and see how it does. Maybe I'll include an update or a video at the end of this so you can see, but this is a gorgeous vessel, and I really hope it does well because obviously I like candles. So, all right, I hope you guys are all doing well. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Bye.